Hi everyone and welcome back to another one of my video tutorials. Now if you've been following along, we've already gone over what a web file is and where those web files are stored and how you get access to those web files through a domain name. If you have missed those videos, do go back, jump on my YouTube channel or my website and search for videos 1 and 2. Go ahead, get familiar with those and then pop back and start watching this video again. For those that have already watched those videos, let's jump in and get started. The first thing you're going to need is a couple of pieces of software. You're going to need a file transfer software. So what this does is it gives you the ability to move files from one computer, normally your own computer, to another computer, which is normally your web host computer where your web files are going to be stored. And if you look at how this is set up quickly before I show you the next program, you'll see on the left hand side I have my computer, and on the right hand side I have one of my web hosting accounts open with all the files inside that web hosting account. Before we do go into that though, the other program you're going to need is you're going to need some sort of notepad editor. For me personally, I use Notepad++. I think it's only available on PC. If you are using a Mac, go ahead and search for alternatives to Notepad++, and there should be a lot of results there for you. I don't personally use a Mac, so I couldn't advise you on the best one to use. So let's flick back quickly to FileZilla. Once you install FileZilla, you're going to need to add some settings. And the settings you're going to want to edit is the file type associations. All this basically says is you want these particular file types, so files ending with these letters, so .html, .php, .css, .js, and .text to open inside whatever notepad that you've decided to use. For me, again, Notepad++. So every time I open a file inside of FileZilla, it's going to open inside this particular program, ready for us to start editing. Apart from that, there really is no other configuration that you need to make. To access files on your web host server, you'll need to get your FTP account details from your web host. Once they give you those details, just go ahead and plug them into the top here. So for me, my host is W2M cloud.net, which is my new cloud hosting server. Really fast. If you want some of that action, jump on my contact form or jump on my website and you can see what that's all about. The other thing they'll give you is a username and password, which will give you access to whatever they've given you access to. Go ahead and plug those in and go and connect. Sometimes they give you a port, most times you don't have to worry about it. Once you're in there, I'll just go ahead and quickly connect again just so that you can see what happens. So there it is. Left hand side, I've got my computer currently open, showing my desktop files down the bottom, and on the right hand side I have a website server. So at this stage, let's talk about moving files, because you've probably already seen it before. Let's open up something like this, which is your standard Windows File Explorer. If you look on the left hand side, you've got one group of folders. On the right hand side, you've again got another group of folders. And generally when you're working with folders, all you need to do is kind of select them and drag them to where you need to go. The same is relevant for FileZilla. Once you have access to your server, you can literally just start dropping files from your computer onto your server. Now, once you're inside your hosting panel, you'll see a whole lot of folders. You can disregard everything except this folder here. Public HTML is the folder that your website visitors are going to see. So for example, this is w2mcloud.net. If I opened it up, you would see all these folders and files inside that server. So to help understand how this works, let's go ahead and just create a new directory. And let's call this video tutorials. So what we've now done is we've added a new folder to our domain, w2m.cloud. Let's go and have a look. w2mcloud.net/video tutorials. Awesome. So basically what we're looking at is we're looking at the inside of this folder, which is empty. What we can then do is we can start adding files directly to our website server. So for this, I'm going to put an index.html file directly inside our website server. What I'm then going to do is I'm just going to quickly edit this. For the next few seconds, I'm going to show you some really bad practice. Please ignore it. I'm just trying to do this as quickly as possible. This is a file on my server. You should never create an HTML file like this. It's going to work, but it's really bad practice. What you're then going to want to do is you're going to want to save the file. You're then going to want to upload your saves back to your server. Now when you go and refresh this page, you will now have access to the content inside this particular file. Now how did that work? How did it know which file to read. And this is really important. Inside every folder, when you try to access a folder, it will always look for an index.html file first. If there's one of those, it will load it. If it's not available, it will look for an index.php file and load it. If that's not available, it will bring up a directory of all the files inside that folder. And let me give you a quick example of that, just because that's a little bit different. Let me go ahead and delete this, and let me go ahead and create a new file, and we're just going to call it dummy.txt. And we're going to create a new directory, which is a new folder, and we're going to call it dummy folder. Inside this directory, we're going to create a new file inside that folder called another file.txt. Keep in mind when you're creating web files or any files, you do need to put the dot extension at the end. So now when we navigate to this folder here, because there's no index.html or index.php file, it's going to automatically give us the directory, which is here. And you can click through these. Another file.txt, this will be an empty text file. And you can go backwards. You can go all the way up, technically, to your domain. But that's a general overview. Over the next few videos, we'll get into editing files and working with files a lot more, and you'll start to understand how to build websites and how websites are built.